Hey guys, this is Daniel Ailes, the piano teacher, and in this series we're going to be going over the Texas State Theory Test Grade 7. So in this video we're going to be going over questions 1 and 2, so let's get started. Question 1 states, in each measure draw a note on the next line or space diatonic that is a half step lower than the given note. Okay, so first thing we need to note is the word diatonic. The word diatonic means, for lack of a better definition, just think of diatonic as different. If it says chromatic, that means we're going to have to draw a note. Here, let me get out my pen. We're going to have to draw on the same line or space, but if it says diatonic, that means we're going to have to draw on a different line or space than the given note. So, that being said, we have to go 1/2 step lower than the given note. Notice that we are in bass clef. So this line, by grade 7, you should know that this is F. So we have to go 1/2 step lower than F, which would be E, not E flat. Remember, F to E is a white key to white key. It's one of the spots on the piano where there's no black key in between the two white keys. So let's move on to the next one. This is a B. I have to go 1/2 step lower than B, which would be B flat, but that's not diatonic, that would be chromatic. Don't do this. Even though that's technically a 1/2 step lower, it's the wrong way to do it. So we're going to do A sharp, which is the exact same as B flat, right? Okay, moving on to the next one. Here I have a C sharp. I have to go 1/2 step lower than C sharp, which would be C natural, or also known as B sharp. Because C to B is a 1/2 step, so C sharp to B sharp would also be a 1/2 step, and C flat to B flat would be a 1/2 step. Alright, undo that. Here we have an E flat. 1/2 step lower than E flat, that would be, sorry, I'm trying to do this in my head. A 1/2 step lower than E flat would just be D natural. We don't have to put a natural sign because there's no other D sharp in the measure. Alright, that's all of question 1. Let's move on to question 2. It says, in each measure, draw a note on the next line or space, diatonic, not chromatic, that is a whole step higher than the given note. Alright, so now we're doing whole steps. Think 2 half steps. Here we are still in bass clef, so we have an A sharp. What's a whole step higher than an A sharp? That would be a B sharp. A to B is a whole step, so A sharp to B sharp would be a whole step. Alright, moving on to the next one. Here we have an E flat. So what's a whole step higher than E flat? That would be, holy cow, E flat, whole step higher would just be F. Because E to F is a 1/2 step, so if I lower E a 1/2 step, then E flat to F would be a whole step. Alright, here I have A, a whole step higher than A. That's pretty simple, that would just be B. Here I have a G flat. A whole step higher than G flat would be A flat. Not too hard. You shouldn't have to use double sharps or double flats in this test. You will have to in the 8th grade test, though. Alright, that's questions 1 and 2. Keep studying, keep practicing, and I will see you in the next video.